Welcome back to the ZeroW Podcast, where we talk about lifting, coaching, and more. You can learn more about Zero by going to www.zero.com.au. That's Zero with a W. We are also proudly sponsored by Establishment Coffee. Head to establishmentcoffee.com.au. Use the code 025 for 25% off and free shipping. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what all the cool kids say. And if you're on Spotify, hit that 5-star review. We love it. Enjoy the show now. Poached eggs are objectively the worst kind of eggs.
Why?
Doesn't matter why. Don't invalidate my opinions and my feelings.
Well, I am invalidating your opinion.
Your opinion's wrong.
Poached eggs are the best.
I'm going to say poached eggs are the best.
You just don't know how to
as
poach
well.
an egg properly.
Wow.
Well, I actually...
Whoa.
Yeah.
I bet I can poach an egg better than anyone in here right now. And even with that, they still suck.
It's because you don't like the paperiness of the skin.
Now, if you do it right, it's not papery.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit of vinegar.
Yeah, a bit of vinegar. You got to stir the water, get it swirling in a circle, and you crack the egg in the middle, and it holds it all
My
together.
standards are so low. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy with this.
And if you use...
Elaborate method.
And Celtic sea salt, because the minerals from the... Nah, I don't know.
Best is boiled.
Yeah. Yeah, what about... Okay.
Microwaved.
Well, bro, okay, hear me out.
Air fried.
Microwave scrambled eggs. I feel like I can get them perfect every single time.
You
in
do
the
a
microwave.
good job, but you also do a good job of air fried eggs. They just turn out like boiled eggs if you do it
Oh,
properly.
yeah, hard-boiled eggs in the air
Yeah.
fryer.
An omelette.
Yeah.
In the air fryer.
No, just in general.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, omelets are the best.
Forgot about omelets.
It's my life's goal to master an omu rice omelette.
Yeah.
Is that the one, and then you cut it, and it like, yeah.
Have you tried?
Tried to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, heaps.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you getting close?
I don't try enough.
Bro, when you watch the videos, they make it look too
So
easy.
easy.
Yeah, you have to remind yourself that they make like 1,000 a day.
Yeah.
And they've got like a $10,000 fry pan.
Yeah, I was going to say
Well-
really good cookware so it doesn't stick.
Now, there's this guy I like that's like making omu rice on the worst stove or on the worst frying pan, and he still does it perfectly. It's really
Really?
annoying. Yeah.
Damn.
If I see it, I'll send it to you. I was the same with latte art because I used to get really angry that I couldn't do it. Then I'm like watching all these pros on Instagram, like they literally make it all day, every day.
Yeah, I'm
Can't
really
compare.
good at latte art until it's on a home machine, and then you can't do it. Yeah,
I've
it's too
never
hard.
been able to do latte art.
I'll teach you. We just need a proper coffee machine.
I can do it, just not very well.
Mm.
It's like pretty but ugly.
Yeah. What can you do? Is it like the little tulip, or is it like a
Little
fern?
Love heart, a little tulip.
Yeah.
It's not skill. It's like, oh, it looks like a tulip this time. Looks like a love heart this time. Anyway, we're back.
Hello.
Welcome.
Grateful for this weather to be over. Kind of.
Collective
Is it?
grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It reminds me of COVID times,
Yeah.
which was
But-
nice. The power being out sucks.
Yeah. The only thing okay, here's my thing. Friday, like the weather was, it was bad. It was really bad. My biggest thing that, like, I don't know why, CJ, you could probably, a Filipino mum will fucking, it's the world's ending. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Apocalypse.
yeah, Denzel was telling me downstairs, like, he wasn't allowed out of the house, like, at all. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I believe that. He had to sneak out. When was it? On Thursday.
Oh yeah, Thursday.
The weather
He had
wasn't
to
even.
sneak out. He waited for his dad to go to work,
Yeah.
and
Oh
then
my
snuck out.
God.
To
We
watch
landed
it.
on Thursday in Brisbane. It was like bright and calm and nice.
How old is he? How old is he?
Denzel.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter how old you are. Yeah, that's
Really?
And I think he's early 20s.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You could
Okay.
be 40 and you're fucking, yeah, nah.
Oh, wow.
I'm grateful for our building. We've got like the securest building. We didn't lose power. We could still go and stand out on the balcony, and there was wind blowing all around, and it was still fine. We could have left everything out on our balcony, maybe except the clothesline. Yeah, we got the best building.
Did it not shake? Or like
It was shuddering.
It was fucking
shuddering,
so
yeah.
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like annoyingly loud. Like every single door, like even down the hallway of our building.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was shit.
That's the weirdest thing about apartment buildings, how you get that random draft inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember the place we went to for Big Dogs had that little thing you had to put under the door, otherwise it was all day. It was just like,
Yeah.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, so annoying.
because I did it.
But
What are we actually grateful for? Or is that your actual grateful?
My grateful is my building.
yeah, we live in the best building.
Come back to me.
No, I was going to say come back to me.
Oh, okay. Just
No, actually, you guys both think. I'll quickly tell you guys a little cyclone story.
okay.
Hit it.
Well, it's actually not. So Ed, the big jacked old
Yep.
dude downstairs. By the way, he's 66 years old, and he's a fucking monster.
Yes.
And do you see the other old bloke down there? He's 60.
Doesn't
Fuck.
Ed chest fly like the 25s?
30s, I think.
30s.
Yeah.
Hectic.
Bro maxes us out every single week and makes
Crazy.
progress. Anything I try to tell him, it's like, nah, I've tried everything, buddy. Nah, but he was telling me, so power went out at his, he must live at like some fancy building. But then they turned the generators on, and apparently the generators for the building is only meant to give you one power point and one light in your apartment. But where he lives used to be the old like building manager's place. So
Oh, so they hooked it up.
yeah, but he didn't know, so he snitched on himself. So he went downstairs to the manager's like, great to have the power back on. And they're like, power's not back on. So yeah, he snitched on himself. And yeah,
Are they gonna cut it or?
nah, Dad, maybe like
They wouldn't be able to, surely.
yeah, it'd be a bit of a mission, like.
Yeah.
But pretty funny though. Eh? He's like, they're like, no, the power's not back on. He's like, well, I've got power. He's like, oh,
Special privilege.
well, you guys are using our generator.
Oh my god.
I was like, damn, yeah. So he snitched on himself.
Oh, no. Poor Ed.
Yeah, nice. What do you got?
There's just a lot to be grateful for. I guess we got our power back after just one day.
What
You
was
know?
it last time?
Yeah, like 5.
Like 5 days last time.
And last time we were the last to get power on in the area, and this time we were the first.
Yeah.
Like half the people in Narang's still out.
Yeah.
The lights are still
Yeah,
out.
my brother still doesn't have power. They're
Well-
going to get it back in 6 more days.
I drove-
In 6 days.
Yeah.
I drove past Southport last night, through Southport, and like the McDonald's, Hungry Jack's,
Ferry
that
Road.
ferry road.
Yep.
That's all still out. Like there's not one light, not even a light on. It was actually scary. I was
Yeah.
like,
You know,
this
the
is weird.
hospital was running on a generator. They lost power as well.
Wow.
GCUH.
Yeah.
I just thought of one. I'm very grateful for when things become chaotic. People on the roads are really considerate. Like some cars will go through and then they'll just stop.
Yeah,
and let
that
you go
happened to me
through.
this morning. It was
And I
so
just
nice.
can't imagine that happening in other countries.
You know how I texted you last night being be careful?
Yeah.
Yeah, the people last night were not considerate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I almost got mowed down and chased by some real aggro dude at the lights up here.
Oh dear. Well,
Why, because you went through before him or something?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
that sounds like a once-off. I think in general people are really thoughtful.
Nah,
No, I agree.
I feel like it sucks though because we're in a developed country, a first world country. We don't know how to act when we have
Chaos.
No, people go into survival mode. Well, I mean, like the fucking grocery stores is a perfect example of that.
But okay, let's also talk about like when a cyclone hits, are you all of a sudden wiping your ass 30 times more a day? Well, like what's the go with that?
Yeah.
I
Like,
don't know.
because you know how it always happens. Have you guys ever thought, fuck, stock up on toilet paper?
I feel like it never happened before COVID.
It didn't. And Australia apparently started it.
Yeah,
Wow.
we'd get storm
Yeah.
warnings and everyone would be like, yeah, great, we can have storms every summer. Now, anytime it's like there's one cloud in the sky, everyone's like, shit, I got to wipe my ass.
Yeah, everyone's covering their ass like, fucking hell. Like, what's the go there? That's a weird one.
Nah, see, you guys are rookies. You just got to stay ready all the time. You gotta assume that always there's going to be toilet paper shortage. Go into our house. That's Meg's mum's philosophy. Open a cupboard. There's like 800 paper towels, 6 million toilet rolls. Just stay ready.
I don't really get that way when I'm like zoomed out, but when I went into Coles the other day and everybody was in a frenzy, I kind of felt a bit panicked and I was like, maybe I do need this like bottle of maple syrup. Just like kind of, it was just a bit, what's the word I'm looking for?
Frantic.
Yeah. Well, and
Contagious.
very much like, okay, well, there's literally nothing here, and all that's here is the maple syrup. So if I don't get it,
Then I have nothing.
I've got nothing. So you just have to buy stuff you've never eaten in your entire life.
Yeah.
All right, my grateful is smooth travel. Like you guys know, most people know, I travel like an absolute peasant in terms of I book on the day, and part of there's a reason for that, which is I fly standby through family friends kind of thing. And Theo and Meg came along with me to the cage, and they had the pleasure of flying standby and dealing with the joy of the stress of standby. I don't get stressed by it, but everyone else freaks out about it. So,
Bro,
Like-
it's the most I don't know how you still don't like
Did you see the message I unsent you guys?
Nah.
So I sent you a message on what day did we fly out? Tuesday. On Tuesday morning, being like, on Monday night, I think, being like, can you take us to the airport, or is anyone free to take us to the airport? Because what happened was, we were flying out of Sydney, so I'd booked flights to Sydney on Monday night because like last minute, and then by Tuesday morning, another flight had cancelled. That flight had filled up, so we couldn't get on standby. So we had to fly out of Brisbane. So then I had to cancel the flights to Sydney and then go to Brisbane. And then, like most people having that fuck around would be, it's just like you just go to the airport and fly out.
Do you lose money when you have to like cancel?
I did on that, yeah. A little bit.
Mm.
A little bit. But with the standby flights, if you get kicked off, you don't lose that money.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, like, do you ever do standby for like a local flight?
No. I used to. Like, that's how I built my online coaching business, because back in the day, my mum worked for Qantas, and so I'd fly standby on Qantas or Jetstar when I had no money, and go to every single comp, and that's how people saw me.
How much does it make like a local flight? Like, how cheap would they be?
Well, local flights are so cheap these days.
That's
anyway.
what I mean.
Like back in the day, they were like maybe $300 to Sydney. Now you can get them for $150, and on standby maybe like, I don't know, half of that.
Yeah, true.
So nothing crazy,
but you can still even get flights that cheap regardless.
Yeah, if you book enough in advance, for sure. It's not nice flying standby though.
I used to go to Newcastle quite a bit because I've got friends there.
Yeah,
and I swear I never paid more than like $90, like one way.
But yeah, we had smooth travels all the way. We didn't get kicked off any flights. We were on to all of them.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Yeah,
all right, what do we got? Quotes. Quote it up.
my quote is, negative emotions are calls to action.
Nice. Good one.
Thanks.
Bridget, Tombo.
Mine is, she had blue skin and so did he. He kept it hid and so did she. They looked for blue their whole life through and passed right by and never knew.
What's that from?
Avatar.
No, it's from this quote page.
Smurfs.
It's from Shel Silverstein. I don't know who that is, but it's a quote page on Instagram that I really like.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
be yourself and the right people will find you.
Nice.
Mine is, if an egg is broken by outside force, life ends. If broken by inside force, life begins. Great things always begin from the inside.
Nice. That's really good.
Eggy.
Unless you poach the eggs, then life ends.
Anyone who's never made a mistake has never tried anything new.
Nice.
Yep, true.
Mistakes are important.
Facts.
First Google thing that came up in Google.
That's a good one.
Solid. So what have you guys been up to then? Actually, we'll come back to you guys. Let's talk about the US of A. What have you been up to, Bridget?
Me? Yeah. Absolutely nothing. Sitting at home while there's a cyclone going on.
We sat inside and watched...
we've been watching American Horror Story.
Which season?
We just finished Hotel, and we're on to...
We've seen Freak Show, Hotel, and...
I've seen Murder House, Asylum. I started Coven, couldn't get into it. Then watched Freak Show with James, Hotel, and then now we're on to the one after that. What's it called again?
Don't know.
Roanoke.
Oh, the Roanoke.
The Roanoke.
My Roanoke.
Coven's meant to be pretty bad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. I watched like 3 episodes.
Wait, I spoke... Reem this morning said that's her favourite one.
What?
Coven? All right, I'll give it another go.
I loved
idea what Freak Show.
American Horror Show, bro.
American
Best
Horror
TV show.
Story.
Yeah. Same
So
thing.
like the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
No, that's what I thought it
nah.
was.
It's... Do you remember when like Lady Gaga was in it and everyone was talking about it? She was a vampire. No.
Did you guys watch Ratched?
No. Oh, Nurse Ratched?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
not
like a
yet.
spin-off. It's good.
Yeah, I really want to watch that. It's got the chick who, what's her name? Sarah Paulson.
Yep. The lesbian.
Yeah. And she's got 2 heads in Freak Show. You know?
She's just... she's really outspoken. She's very outspoken about her relationship. I'm just saying. She's like married to this really famous actress.
That's all right. Just hoping we got cancelled this year anyway.
Who's she married to?
Oh, what's her name? She's a really well-known actress.
She's a lesbian too.
Yeah.
We can keep that, don't I?
I really want this to be the Instagram clip.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're allowed to.
No.
You didn't do anything wrong.
No, I didn't.
You're
I
allowed to
just
say
saw
lesbian.
when you said I looked up and you looked at her and I was like, it's just so funny.
Okay, so you
Anyways.
guys have been watching the Rocky Horror American show?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Have you seen them all, Meg?
Everything except Coven, I think.
Yeah.
So wait, is this a horror series kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Mirror
So the
kind of
series
deal?
is it's like that. It's called American Horror Story, and then each season has a different name and
Yeah.
a different story,
Different
but
story.
it's got like a lot of the same actors in every season.
So you don't have to start from season
No,
one.
you can start wherever you
I
want.
love shows like that. I just wish it was a little bit more scary, a
Yeah,
little bit less
Yeah.
like theatrical.
yeah.
I've never said that about anything in my life.
Well, no, Tom, bro. So I'm a horror guy now.
It all started that night.
Yeah, like I don't look at it as
I
like
got to show you some real like messed up horror though. We've been watching like it's pretty
Tame
mild.
ones?
Vanilla horror.
Yeah,
horror.
yeah.
So I've digested now several horror genre films also since in the last few months, and I just don't enjoy them. Like,
Yeah.
the plot's always so terrible.
No, I feel that.
What
It is
was,
hard to find a good horror. I'm not gonna lie.
what was that Russian movie we watched?
Oh,
That was cooked.
ooh, what was it called?
It wasn't a horror movie. It was a war movie.
We read a comment on YouTube and they said that it made Schindler's List look like Bambi, so we watched
Jesus.
it. And it was
Oh.
set in Poland.
Do they shoot a cow in it?
Yes.
Yeah, you know they actually did that.
Yeah.
That's why I want to watch it.
I was.
We were wondering.
It was a
about
real
that.
cow.
When I was watching it, because it's from like the 70s
Yeah.
or whatever, I'm like, this is not CGI.
Yeah, that was a real cow.
I
So
thought it
that's the
was.
only reason why I haven't watched it. I was going to watch it too until I saw
It's
that.
a pretty full-on scene as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, sorry. What is Schindler's List?
Schindler's List is the story of a guy named Schindler who housed or helped a whole bunch of Jews during. It's a really good movie.
So is he a good guy?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He was like a big businessman, and so like he initially was getting business from the Nazis, and then cottoned onto what they were doing and was like, fuck this, and helped a whole bunch of people out. I think he saved the most Jews out of anyone, out of any individual during World War II.
The reason why I asked, because I've heard the name Schindler's List quite a bit lately. There's this jiu-jitsu guy, and he plays his game. There's a position where you like shin to shin, and he's released an instructional. He's released a whole instructional, and it's called Schindler's List.
No. God.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how good taste. That would be like putting like jiu-jitsu.
Oh.
People do that.
Gotta be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
There's heaps of people like that.
Yeah, I mean that.
If you're Jewish, yeah, maybe it's all right.
Okay.
All right. Well, like I was saying about getting cancelled. All right. Come back in guns blazing on this one.
That movie's pretty messed up. It goes for 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't think
you've
I'll-
lost me.
Wait, Schindler's List or the one that you guys
The
watched?
other one.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I don't
3
think I'll
hours.
watch it.
3 hours. We've only got 24 hours in a day.
It was a hard watch. Like, as in, it wasn't. It was just weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Really interesting how so Thomas and I watched the same movie and then at the end I said the best part of the movie was the first half and he was like the best part was the second half. Just very strange how things like that work out.
All right.
What's it called?
Tom, bro, Meg. You guys just got back from the US of A. Talk to us. How were your travels?
Good. Very cold
Yep. Why'd you
Yeah.
guys go over there?
for the animal cage.
What is the animal cage?
So, the brand animal, revered in the bodybuilding and strength world, puts on a show, an exhibition cage in the Arnold Classic, or the Arnold
Did you
Sports
get animal
Festival.
shirt?
Animal shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get some?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I should have asked you to get me one.
You can have the red one.
Yeah, I think
Would you wear a
I
red one?
brought over a random one home for no reason.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, the reason was because I wanted it.
No. If you actually want it. No,
I don't.
no.
I think it'll be too small.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you can have one for sure.
Man.
So yeah, the animal cage has been like one of the absolute highlights of the Arnold for like 20 years. So they just grab a bunch of the freakiest lifters from around the world, put them in a cage, and everyone just comes watch them do crazy exhibition lifts. And honestly, like I find a lot of these sort of things almost gimmicky and unenjoyable, and I love the animal cage. I think it's unreal. So cool.
Are they recorded as official lifts or no?
No, it's literally just exhibition. So they can do whatever they want. There's no rules. They don't have to wear anything special. There's no judges, nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's just the best lifters in the world going in a private area or caged off area and having a blast.
That's cool.
Really,
So cool.
really cool. Yeah, so we went over with Theo and Lilley, and there were a couple of other Aussies, Jamie Jigsaw and Sarah Rainbow, both lifted in the cage as well, which is cool because until this year, I've been the only person to take Australian lifters to the cage. The only Australian lifters in the cage have been my lifters. So it was nice to have people from other people from Australia come and join. So it was pretty cool hanging out with them in the cage as well. The expo was really cool.
What is is the Arnold Festival still like what it used to be?
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty huge, and the American one is much bigger than the Australian one ever was. It's not very. I sound like a naysayer, but it's not very enjoyable. Like, it's fucking packed, especially on the Saturday. You're literally like sardines in there, and it's really interesting how much. Like, when we used to go to the Arnold's back in the day in Australia, and the first time I went to the American one, like 2016 or 17 or whenever it was, and even between last year and this year, back in the day, it was always like the people that you go to see are professional bodybuilders or like the YouTube influencers that were probably bodybuilding coaches, or it's the hype is all around just random TikTok kids. Like, so often these guys all have TikTok. I don't. Would especially Theo, because he's younger, would point out so and so and so and so. Oh, that's this guy from Gymshark or Young LA or whatever. I'd be like, I have no idea like who that is, and they look like they've never been to a gym in their life, and they're 12 years old, but they're one of the biggest fitness influencers on the planet. It's just different world. And no hate. I think power to anybody who's doing that and getting a following and making money out of it and doing well. I think it's fucking cool.
100%.
But yeah, very different world. Like, the biggest booth there this year was Young LA. And I don't really know what Young LA is, but it's clearly young boys' sports clothing.
Well, they've kind of taken over everywhere, though. Like, John Jones is sponsored by Young LA, the greatest mixed martial artist ever. They're kind of everywhere.
Yeah, it's huge. Like, they would have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars per day for the booth space that they had.
Well, they did a collaboration clothing line with UFC.
Wow.
Yeah, it's massive.
So, and yeah, they were just like I don't want to say Gymshark because they're huge. What's like a small up and coming? Is it fair to say
like Ellis Keddy or something like that?
Nah, because they're huge now too. Is it fair to say like Elite 11?
Elite 11's huge.
Yeah, but Young LA is pretty massive.
Yeah, we went to Elite 11's warehouse in Melbourne. It's legit the biggest warehouse I've been inside of in my life.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
It was insane, bro.
Wow.
Like, actually mental how huge it was.
Before Meg wore it, I didn't know anyone that wore it, and now everybody fucking wears it.
I used to wear Elite 11 maybe like 5 years ago, I think, or 4 years ago I found them.
Have they been around that long?
Before I found Zero, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They started off by doing like clothes for gyms. Like, if we wanted gym clothes, we'd go to them kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway, the Young LA booth was huge. I entered a bench competition, won it.
It was max reps of 60 kg, and there were 4 stations, and Thomas did it. Lilley.
No, it wasn't max reps. It was last man standing.
Last man standing, yeah. And Lilley, Thomas, and then these 2 other guys who
were massive.
Were like maybe smaller in build than Lilley and Thomas.
They were like little kids. We smoked them. And so like there was 4 benches set up like Meg said, and you just took the bar out, and then one guy was walking around saying down, up, and you just had to go when he was, and whoever dropped out first, whoever was last standing won. And so like I heard the guy behind me get out after like 10 reps or less. He was like a legit just teenager. And then the other guy went out. And then I heard, wait, did Lilley beat the other guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other guy went, no, Lilley was behind me and she went out.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, thank fuck, because I was starting to struggle. And then I looked over the other guy and he's like, ugh. And I'm like, yes. And then I won. I won a
$25 voucher.
Yep, which I gave to the guy that lost because I'm not going to buy. You'd have to stand in line for like 2 hours to get clothes that I'm never going to wear.
Would it be fair to say, is Young LA probably like the biggest fitness brand like in that space at the moment?
At the expo it was.
It looks like it.
Oh my gosh. At the expo it was huge.
Yeah,
wow.
So the other cool thing, like there's a bunch of these random little challenges, but there was this one, that kickboxer guy that I sent you?
Yes.
So he owned this energy drink company, and they had this thing where you like, it's like an isometric pull, like a force plate testing thing. You pulled on these two giant cans, and whoever got the greatest force won $2,000 American dollars. And both Lilley and Theo won men and women.
Perfect.
Yeah. So they get a little bit of money for doing the cage, but they actually made more money winning that than they did for the animal cage, which was sick.
And Lilley beat a strong woman, like someone who would probably be more well versed in that kind of lift.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. She's just got a very competitive streak to her. Yeah. She went back and did it a few times.
She crushed it.
Yeah.
I tried to do it and my hand slipped off and I almost went through the whole banner and tore down the place, which is good. But yeah, Lilley went in to squat 300 kilos and she ended up with 290 and failed 300.
So she took 300?
Yeah, but credit to her, like, and she'll probably never post about this or say anything, but she was sick as fuck.
Yeah.
She was dying. And she's very much like speak into existence what you're going to do. So the whole day she's like, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm not sick. Like we were freezing our tits off and she'd be like, it's warm. Just pretend you're in a microwave. It's not cold.
Pretend you're in a microwave.
So, but she was really unwell and she stood up with 290 and it wasn't the prettiest rep. And she looked at me and I'm like, oh, she's failing 300. She was messed up. So kudos to her for still having a crack. I guarantee if she was well on the day, she would have stood up with it. And then Theo started to get that sickness the night before his lift.
On Saturday, yeah.
So yeah, we went out to dinner and just as the food is coming out, he's like, I don't feel good. And then he didn't eat a thing.
He didn't eat anything the night before.
Oh my God.
I was getting so irritated. I was like, just eat something.
Because he's not a big eater to begin with, is he?
No.
Not really.
No, he gets most of his calories through drinking.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't know if I should out this on the podcast, but you know how I pee every 20 minutes? I also take notice of how often other people go to the toilet. And so we flew with him. And so, like, we're in the airport for a few hours. Then we're on, like, a 14-hour flight. And I'm like, this guy hasn't gone to the toilet once. At the airport, didn't go. At the airport for, what, 7 hours?
Yeah.
On another flight, didn't go.
What?
Another stopover, didn't go. Another flight, didn't go. Airbnb. Like, you haven't peed for like 3 days. The guy hardly goes to the toilet.
See,
his body has maximized the usage of the milk.
damn. See, I'm a serial pisser.
Yeah.
Like, Bridget, hey, I'll take a piss before we go somewhere.
Yeah.
Then as soon as we get there, I need to go again.
Yeah.
And I piss like, I don't know,
Same.
a million times an hour.
Yeah.
I remember, when I first
fascinating.
when I first started working here, I was like, fuck. That's one thing I always think about. I'm like, fuck, I wonder if he's going to say anything about me peeing so much. Because I used to do it at work as well. When I was in a moon boot, it was the worst.
The best was when we had Jordan Hellier on the podcast and you thought you had diabetes.
Yeah.
And then you went and got it checked.
Well, that's part of the reason why as well. Because I peed so much. And that was like a real common,
Don't worry. I've been there. Done the same thing. So, yeah, she had a great day. And then, Theo started feeling a bit unwell, but he held it together despite not eating, and he ended up deadlifting 470 and then went for 502 and couldn't get it off the ground. So pretty hectic pull.
He couldn't get 502 off the ground.
Nah.
Useless. That's disgusting.
Yeah, and the 470 was real nice. It was the best deadlift he's pulled in a long
And he
time.
did it
Yeah, that
without a
was
belt.
really nice.
Yeah.
I love, who was it? I was talking to we were talking to someone about Theo in here the other day.
About how nice he is.
Yeah, and that. But we're talking about how I love talking to people that, like, someone who sees a 200 kilo deadlift as strong. It was someone like that, and I was telling them, bro, he's going to try pull 500. And they're like, what? Like, kilos?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Was
yes.
it Daniel
Daniel.
from Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes, yeah. So he was here one day and he was watching Lily Riley Scott too, and he was
Blown away.
what the fuck? he's still very fascinated by how strong everyone is here. Like
Such a cool guy. Really
he saw
like
Bridget
Daniel.
like doing split squats with a 40-kilo dumbbell, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
I always think about it if I'm talking. Let's say I'm at some family event and like my brother's friend is there and says, what did that person lift? And I'm like, 400 kilos. I always feel like I sound like the old guy at the gym's like, it's like, I used to bench 300 kilos. Like, no, you didn't. No one actually lifts that much. I feel like that when I talk about people like Theo. Like, yeah. Well, he said to someone, when we went to Elite FTS, he said to someone he's planning on deadlifting 470, and the guy's like, pounds? Or he said his best deadlift was 477. The guy's like, pounds? Oh, yeah, you're doing okay. It's like, nah, bro. It's actually 1,050 pounds.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Get fucked.
So, a lot of pounds.
What's your best? I remember when I was stoked to first pull 500 pounds.
Yeah.
I still remember that.
First time you joined the 1,000-pound club as the total.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Any other cool highlights from over there?
Well, I mean, that was a huge highlight for me going to Elite FTS. So we went to Westside on the Wednesday. And I've been to Westside before, and I saw Lilley and spoke to him and went and had lunch with him and everything. And back then, Westside Gym was still set up as Westside Gym. Now it's not. There's like a new area where they do mostly like training for fighting. That's where I sent you the video of me demolishing Meg in the octagon. And where Westside Gym used to be is like a museum. They've got all the old equipment in there, but you don't train in there. So it's not the same.
Yeah.
So I was a bit sad for these guys not being able to see the real Westside.
Has it only changed ever since like the passing of Louis? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like a memorial sort of area where they've got the old board and then all these like old photos and like his old briefs and his old belts and all that sort of stuff. I expect that from you guys when I die. And yeah, that was cool. But going to Elite FTS was like very special for me.
Fuck yeah.
I remember learning when I started coaching people, I had learned how to squat by watching So You Think You Can Squat, or I'd like learned how to powerlifting squat or change my squat from those original instructional videos. And I remember learning how to coach people and just watching those videos over and over and again. And so like going there and being in the gym, training there. But then, so we went and trained there on like Thursday night. Then on the Friday, Dan Green was in the cage. We had dinner with him the night before. Then he was in the cage and he mentioned, I have to go do a podcast at Elite FTS and I don't know how I'm going to get out there. And I'm like, well, I got a car. I can just drive you out there if you want. So then we drove him out there. And so it was just us and then Dan and Dave Tate. So it was just like a little private session we watched them record the podcast and then hung out for half an hour or so and just chatted and spoke about stuff. And it was just cool.
Man.
It's like fanboying the whole time.
Bro, if you said this to me 8 years ago, that you were hanging out with Dave Tate, Dan Green, fuck.
Yeah, I got so many messages that was like, this is 2015.
Yeah.
Me's absolute dream come true.
Bro, like the young people, I sound like an old person, but like the young people don't actually, lots of people don't know who Mark Bell is now. And if you know Dave Tate,
It's probably a good thing these days.
but they only see him for like the weird, like kooky kind of, carnivorous, whatever stuff he does now. I still really like him. I still listen to his podcast. But people don't realize that like they were the biggest influences in powerlifting. They were literally some people's only exposure to like powerlifting information.
Yeah, I mean, like, no one can deny that powerlifting wouldn't be what it is without people like that. And so, like, I was explaining this to Meg because we were sitting there listening to them talk, and they were talking about technique and talking about stuff, and like Meg could feel that. Meg knows how I coach and what I talk about, and she's like, he doesn't agree with this, and I didn't. There was a lot of stuff they were talking about, which was like, well, I don't necessarily agree with this, but what was really cool for me is hearing how people that didn't have access to knowledge and resources that we have now, how they've learned to think about lifting and look at lifting and unpack. It's no different to what we do. It's just we've got their experience to build upon. It's like they've paved the way for us to set up powerlifting how it is. And you can disagree with the old guard as much as you want, but you have to respect what they've done for the sport.
This is how influential they were during a period of time. Like Reebok, a major organization, did a powerlifting shoe.
Yeah,
because of Mark Bell. Yeah.
Unreal. And they're relics. Like, people still have them, and I'm jealous. So
Me too.
Look at them and like...
Yeah, because Will Crozier still wears them for comps.
Yeah.
Troy had a pair.
Yep.
That was so cool.
Yep. They re-released them for a while. You remember that? And I think they weren't as good.
I can't remember.
Yeah, they did it. They did one extra like release like a year or two after they were around. Kind of sucks that they...
What was different about them the second time around?
It was the first like... It was the first shoe. It was kind of based off a Converse, but they made a wide toe box.
Yeah.
Because back then, all powerlifters were like, you have to wear Converse. And most powerlifters have big, fat, troglodyte feet that don't really fit Converse. And so they made like a wide toe box with like an extra bit to stop you from rolling on the side, which is where powerlifters would destroy their shoes.
Yeah.
And that was the main.
That was just a cool looking shoe, though.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Mm.
Your powerlifting shoes suck these days.
Yeah.
What are they called? Reebok what?
Just type in Reebok powerlifting
Powerlift,
shoes.
high top. Yeah, something will come up.
Like there still has yet to be a cool looking powerlifting shoes. You got like weightlifting shoes, which are all ugly as sin.
Mm.
And then, Sabo came out and had their weird like moon boot looking shoes. The metal shoes were okay, but
What metal shoes?
Metal shoes.
The brand's metal.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but they kind of still look like a school shoe, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and they were kind of based off like wrestling shoes.
Mhm.
Everyone used to wear wrestling shoes. The problem with the wrestling shoes, same as like Converse, they're just very, very narrow.
I bought a pair of wrestling shoes when I first started at PTC, and like you said, because I bought them because that's what everyone wore, and then they were way too narrow.
You have my Hyper KOs, they're still up there in that box.
Those are a sick pair of shoes, by the way, the Hyper KOs. Do you still wear them for anything?
No, they're way too narrow, and I had to like modify the base because they've got a real like spongy insole,
Yeah.
and I chopped it out. They're horrible to wear,
Such a cool shoe, though.
and they're so loud.
Yeah, anything else?
Yeah, so that was probably one of my biggest highlights outside of Lilley and Theo just dominating over there.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking about this on my walk this morning. I think it's funny that people probably look at us all over there having a good time, and the reality of traveling with me is like, why is it loud? It's too noisy here. Who left water on the floor? Why is there hair in the bathroom? Why is this towel wet? Who moved my towel? Why is everyone awake? Go to sleep. Why isn't anyone awake? Everyone wake up. Hurry up. We're late. It's too hot. It's too cold. It's not very fun traveling with me. So.
It is fun traveling with you.
I would love to see the dynamic, though, you four together.
It was so much fun. I was the odd one out because I think that Lilley
you're not
Theo.
I was about to say they would have clocked the spectrum.
Yeah. And I felt like a little bit of a moderator. I was just like,
A moderator.
that was a lot of fun.
How good.
Yeah, Lily's got way more neurodivergent quirks than she's self-aware of.
I feel like that goes for most elite athletes.
Yeah,
eh?
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you guys want to? I like your one, Tom, bro, but can we do that another time?
Yeah.
I just got
Wait, did anyone write a quiz or did you just write quiz?
I wrote quiz, but why, who's got one? No.
No one. But we'll
Yeah,
prepare
mine.
one next
I'm just
week.
thinking time-wise.
Yeah. Well, I just want to go through some exercises.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to name some exercises, and you guys are going to rate them good lift, don't care, or bad lift.
And you don't care about the context?
No, that's what I want you guys to do. Create some context around it. Cool? So,
Okay.
because that's what I like about these things, because you could be thinking about it from a completely different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, any exercise is a good exercise if you do it properly.
Mm-hmm.
You're still going to get results. All right, so the first exercise I'm going to start with is a low bar squat. Bridget,
Love a low bar squat.
you're going to give it a good lift?
lift. Good lift.
Cool. Going to give it a bad lift.
Because of your shoulder mobility?
Not specifically me. It is, if you're going to teach someone to squat, a low bar squat isn't how you teach them to squat. It's very specific to the sport of powerlifting, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, and I could probably guarantee it, if you guys didn't do powerlifting, you guys would never low bar squat again.
You reckon?
No, I think I would. I like low bar squats.
You really enjoy them. Tom, bro?
Yeah, but I'm tainted by 15 years of 20 years of low bar squatting.
Yeah.
Like, I love a low bar squat, but yeah, go on.
Because I've done it for so long, I hate high bar squats. And I loathe front squats. I'm never going to do a front squat or a safety bar squat. But I hear what you're saying for sure. Outside of powerlifting, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's a very demanding position as well. We forget.
Yeah.
Because, we're all exposed to it so much. But it's a horrible position for your shoulders and upper back. And
Yeah.
I feel like if I've got someone in here, once again, me creating my own context, that's going to be the last thing I teach them to do.
See, I'm probably not exactly the same as that in terms of I'm a big believer in what you're saying, that they're not necessary for anyone who's not doing powerlifting. But I feel like, well, I'm going to be one of the best people they ever meet that's going to have the skills to teach them a low bar squat, so I'm probably going to teach it.
Yeah.
Whether or not we use it, that's a different story.
Sorry, I just caught myself in a lie. I had a client who did a technique session the other day who just signed up for coaching. He's not a powerlifter. But I taught him to low bar squat because you're right. I used it as an opportunity. I'm like, actually, no, I'm going to teach him this because who else is he going to learn it from?
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think that's a bad thing. And, people will say, oh, it's useless for athletes or whatever. It's like, well, I mean, you could make the argument that it's not. It's like, can the person do it? Do they enjoy it? Are they able to progress it? Does it not hurt their shoulders? Do they want to do it? Does it create more buy-in to the program? There's plenty of reasons you could tick it off, but I definitely would agree that it's not the be-all and end-all of squatting.
Good lift.
Good lift. All right. Dumbbell bench press.
Great lift. Not necessary. Could just do a chest press, but great lift.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no to dumbbell bench press. Yeah.
What the damn hell?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I think it's a great lift. I think it's a fucking cool lift. I think it's awesome for ego, and I don't think saying that is in a negative way. Like, if you feel good about yourself, then you potentially train harder and feel better and enjoy training more. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if your goal is a bigger chest or a stronger chest press.
How is dumbbell bench press an ego lift?
No, I'm not saying it's an ego lift. I'm saying it's good for your ego.
It can be an ego lift, though, because there's something really satisfying about sitting there with fucking two 15-kilo.
I'm going to go in the middle and say I don't really care.
Yeah, you're not a big dumbbell.
I like it. I think it's just because I suck at getting the dumbbells up. So
well, that's the thing that turns a lot of people away from them. It's a skill. Like, getting them up and down is actually a skill.
Yep.
There's so many people that could potentially have a really good dumbbell press, but they just haven't practiced the skill enough at those lighter loads, and therefore, they've kind of outgrown those. Let's say, Tom, bro, you just did prime chest press and bench press. You'd be so strong, you bench press 200 plus, whatever, max out that. But because you haven't done dumbbells enough, you wouldn't be able to go and just swing up the 70s. You'd have to start really light, and I feel like that could be quite unenjoyable for a lot of people.
Have you dumbbell pressed the 70s?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to the 75s?
No, I'm pretty sure I've done the 80s once.
Yeah, wow.
Fucking hell.
I think I did the 80s for 6.
Damn.
But I can't remember. I can't remember if I did it when we had the 80s or back in the day when we just had those 2 rubber pairs of 60 and 70. I know I've done the top set of dumbbells for a set of 6, so I can't remember if it was back then or newer. I don't think I have done the 80s.
I've done the 50s for 10 feet up.
That's strong. That's really strong.
But yeah, so the reason why I put that in there is because I'm doing them again.
Nice.
Meg, your dumbbell press is getting big.
Yeah.
I
You
like
went
it.
the 30s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
solid. A belt squat.
Yeah. Not so great.
All right.
Yeah.
CJ, is it camera focused on me? If your belt squat looks like this,
Twerk it, baby. Yeah. The kipping belt squat.
yeah, it's a terrible exercise.
The kip.
I don't like it. You can load up so much. Like,
Yeah.
guarantee you can walk in and never have done it and load up like 5 plates aside, and it's just doing nothing.
I still think it's a great exercise.
What?
I think it can be for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I say no is for that reason. It's that it's such an easy exercise to be like, this is easy, I'm going to go heavier, rather than what do I need to change to make this harder. Like, I mean, step one, just move the hook forward, humble yourself a little bit,
Yeah.
and put it on the back. I don't know what people's desire is to put like 10 plates aside. That's just annoying to me, because then you have to unrack them all.
Yeah.
This is what this is why I don't do, because I don't
And
like.
to anyone listening, unload the belt squat when you're done with it, please.
It's becoming very much
Put your weights away.
gym owners and managers' gripes.
But yeah, like, because I'm lazy. I don't want to use plates.
Yeah.
And then you got to use so many.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great exercise.
Yeah.
Some
yeah,
people
yeah.
that are, there's lots of people that will be like, I've got a bad back. I don't like putting something on my, upper back or whatever. And I'm like, you get them on that and like, oh, sweet, no pain. I'm like, perfect. And if you teach them to do it properly from the get-go and, don't expose them to those bad habits or let them know early that this is a bad pattern, I guess you could say, then I think it's a great exercise. You get them doing it properly.
Yeah,
at
as
the
long
start.
as you're doing it properly, it's good.
Yeah.
I liked it when I wasn't squatting. It felt really nice on my spine when I had a bad back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of think at the bottom, like as you're going down, let the belt kind of pull you forward, so you're coming like really loading up your quads, and then while you're pushing back up, feel the belt pulling you forward, but keep your knees kind of forward as well, so you're rising straight up, and your quads will be destroyed with like half.
I always
plates.
get my clients to like really emphasize forward knee travel on the belt squat. Otherwise, they'll just sit back into it, and it ends up like a hinge almost.
Yeah, they just pull themselves up with their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great exercise. It's cool exercise. Because remember like 5 years ago, that's all anybody wanted was a belt squat.
Yeah,
It's versatile though.
yeah. Well, I because everyone does RDLs on it. I find it really hard to do RDLs without hurting myself or not being all spine. But I've recently started copying all you guys and doing the RDLs on the belt squat, and I really like it.
What's your attachment of choice when you're doing RDLs on there?
I like the green one that has, and it turns in a little bit.
Oh yeah, the prime one.
I go the wider grip prime one. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I'm gonna try some different ones.
Do you guys have really good grip strength, or you guys just don't?
I use VersaGrip when I do the RDL on the belt squat.
Nice.
Yep.
I don't believe in straps.
You actually don't, hey? I've seen you use strap once.
You don't use straps when you do RDL?
Wow.
Sweetie, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the prime grips are so grippy. Like I'm never going to drop that.
Yeah, okay.
Declan refuses to believe that I can't do more back stuff and I proved him wrong. I put on straps and I pulled less. I've full stacked the prime one with no straps for like 12 reps.
Yeah?
Yeah, wow.
The prime row's heavy as well.
But the prime one, the grip started to roll, so I am losing grip on it now.
Okay. Safety bar squat.
No, yeah.
Nah.
Oh.
Gross. Hate it.
I don't mind it.
Great exercise.
Yeah.
Good lift.
Yeah.
You use it for like Bulgarians and stuff, don't you? Yeah.
Much rather do it with that than a barbell, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's convenient for stuff like that. I just hate how it feels.
I think
Yeah, I'm just biased because I don't like how it feels either.
I'm a big fan. One tip that I'll give everyone is stop holding the handles down here.
Yeah.
Hold them up a little bit higher. Like obviously when you're using a safety bar, majority of people in powerlifting that use a safety bar is to give their shoulders a break from the low bar squat.
Yeah.
But ultimately what happens is they just end up fucking ruining their upper back positioning. So you want to try challenge that upper back a little bit. So if you hold it up high, you're going to be able to tilt those handles up a little bit more.
Yep. Yeah, it's the first thing. As soon as you don't have to think as much about squeezing between your shoulder blades, you just stop. So people are like, it's way harder on the upper back. It's like, no, you make it way harder on your upper back.
It's like stability exercises, things that we do for like stability or whatever you want to call it. You make them, the better you get at them, the harder they should be. So same thing with the safety bar.
I noticed in America, I can't remember at which gym, but the newer Kabuki, you can actually unscrew the long handles and they've got a short handle option. I don't know if ours has that. Because if it does, I'll buy. I've never tried to unscrew them, so I might go downstairs and try and unscrew and see if it.
Yeah, why do safety bars have such long handles?
Well, historically they didn't. Have you ever seen a Mars bar?
No.
It's like the one. It's almost like a harness. Like it comes way.
Oh
over your shoulder.
yes. Yeah, I don't know the name of it.
Mars bar.
Go, have a look. Google it.
Standing.
A side bend.
On like a back extension?
You love these.
Yeah. They feel good.
I do it with a dumbbell in each hand.
What? Yeah, nice.
Oh, you mean standing. I thought you meant like on a back extension machine.
Yeah, perfect. You guys like them?
I like them.
Good exercise?
Yeah.
I think they're a good exercise. I don't do them or program them.
I need them. My spine's all messed up.
Yeah, I was just thinking I should probably be doing them.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like them.
Good exercise. Good exercise, if you ask me.
Why do you say it's good? Like, why have you become such a fan of them?
Just
James has
move
always
it.
done them.
Yeah, just that lateral flexion that we just don't do at all. And you forget as you get older, you start losing some of those, those easy movement patterns that you had growing up. So I just think it's, I don't know. I don't think they might not be necessary, but I really
Just
enjoy them.
More movement.
Yeah, just more movement options.
Yep.
If it makes you do your abs and you don't like training them the traditional way, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Gidge?
Yeah, I'm going to go in there. I don't care because I don't do them, but I still think they're good.
It's a lot of I don't cares coming from over here.
That was one of the options,
Yeah,
right?
do whatever the
good
fuck
lift,
you
bad
want.
lift, don't care.
I hope that's not how you're coaching people.
That's how
Kids, what are we doing today? Oh, I don't care.
I'm giving like my own personal preference.
Yeah.
Oh, people listening are like, that's exactly how James coaches people. I don't really care, man. It's good exercise. Dumbbell row.
Like a single arm row.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're fun. Yeah.
They are fun, but
I'm
I
actually-
have other preferences.
Yeah. I'm going to do them for a block just to have a break from stuff because I get
I
bored.
was thinking about doing them for a while because, I'm
Dude,
bored with all
they
my
are
row
such a
variations.
fun
They're
exercise.
fun. They're
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
I put it in the same category as dumbbell bench,
Yeah.
which is like, can you do a better row? Sure. Is it going to be the best for growth and strength? Probably not, but good for ego, good fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good exercise. I'm going to say it's a good exercise. Standing barbell overhead press.
Do people get stronger pressing more in general, even if it's overhead?
Yeah. I'm all for standing barbell overhead.
I'm a bit scared of them, but I do love them.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of them because when you see someone that can do them like really heavy, they just look, it's such a cool looking lift.
Yeah. It's one of those lifts that's just kind of like, if you've got a decent overhead press, you're just like, that person's automatically strong, even if they're not.
Yeah.
You're just like, that person's strong.
I'm a big fan. Like you said, there's probably other ways you can get stronger. Like they require a lot of stability and I guess for some people, some mobility as well. It's struggle to hold the bar there.
Yeah.
That's a fun lift.
You know how like, so when you think of like Coops coming in here and benching 270 and then we bench like 140 and you almost don't have the perspective of how crazy the 270 is. I feel like it's so much more with an overhead press.
Oh,
Like, 100 overhead press to me is for anyone is like, that's decent. Like it's not easy. And then when I watch people like him or Colton did like 170 for 3 or something the other day, I'm like, okay, that person, that gives me perspective of how wildly strong that person is.
well, did you see me doing overhead press the other day?
No.
And I went 60, so I went first place 60. And I can bench 145, so I'm not strong, but I'm not weak. So I went first place 60. I was like, oh, that was really hard. Then I went green and I failed. I was like, well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember seeing that.
Do you know what I mean? The
It's
gap.
so humbling.
Because I was like, I want to see, I haven't done this in a very long time. Let's see where it is. And
Yeah, but that's a 20 kilo jump. That's a lot for overhead press.
I'm pretty sure I've done 100 though. It could be 95,
yeah.
95 or 100. I can't remember. But if I practice the skill more, it'd be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But Tom, bro, I remember when I first started training at PTC. Do you want to know how I got my overhead press stronger?
Did it every day?
Nah, I bench pressed. I got better at bench press and I didn't overhead press. And then the first time I went to go overhead press, like, I don't know, 6 months later, I PB'd it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that was always my argument as a young coach. I used to always be like, overhead press doesn't matter that much because as my bench has gotten stronger, so has my overhead press, even though I don't really train it, which is a terrible argument. Like, there's so many more benefits of doing overhead work than that.
I think I've said this about 50 times in the last 3 weeks, but just getting your arms above your head
Yeah, 100%.
is so beneficial.
100%.
You forget that it's something that you lose as time passes by.
Well,
So-
when you started at the gym, it would have been around that time I did my best overhead press set, which was 100 for 10.
12?
Or something like that.
I
Yeah,
think,
I AMRAP'd it and did something like that. I don't reckon I could do 100 for 1 today. But it's one of those things that, like, as you develop the skill, the strength will express through it a bit better.
Yeah.
I've been doing Viking press lately.
That's
I love Viking press.
It's same like I'm racing Jordan to 4 plates for 10 reps. Like 4 plates a side. But fucking Coops did like 250.
yeah.
Like
Jeez.
stupid. Like it's same thing. It's just like the perspective of how strong that guy's shoulders are.
Well, that's like all these Olympic weightlifters, they can all overhead press 1 million kilos
It's crazy.
and then they all bench like 120,
Yeah.
which is, crazy.
Yeah, nice.
That's pretty much it.
Well, I'm going to throw one out there. Barbell row.
I haven't done a barbell row in a long time.
Great lift.
Oh, don't.
I'm a big fan.
No.
Bro. Close your eyes for me. 18-year-old Tom, bro.
Oh, huge fan.
Ronnie Coleman bent over barbell with fingerless gloves on.
100%.
Bro, best lift.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we all went through a phase of like, no, you have to do pendlay rows from the floor. But we would just do a deadlift and then throw the bar up at the top. Be like, pendlay rows, 180 kilos.
Yeah.
I just think anything with a barbell is fun. Anything with a barbell.
I think
go to a landmine press then.
Landmine press.
Yeah, not so fun anymore, is it?
Well, so out of all those exercises, I'm going to say the only bad one or like useless exercise, I can't even say useless, but it would be the barbell row.
Same thing. It's kind of like very much an ego lift.
Bro, well, I used to barbell row like 120 for 10.
Yeah.
But now I look, no. I look back now to be standing upright.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not even you moving the bar to your stomach, it's you moving the stomach to the bar. Like just like throwing yourself down.
Wondering why I got sore quads, I'm fucking just been loading my quads the whole time.
Yeah. No, been there. 100%.
Do you guys like that?
Yeah.
That was cool.
I'm going to keep doing that with other things in powerlifting as well.
Okay.
Or strength training.
Knee wraps.
Cool. Yeah.
Steroids.
Very great.
All right. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the ZeroW Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, @zero_weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.